welcome back to Disney Princess Mum and Wife. I hope you're all doing well in these circumstances and what's going on in the world right now. So as you can probably tell on my channel, I haven't filmed any new videos in a while, and it took me a while to upload the rest of my October birthday / Halloween trip. So I just thought I'd kind of do a video and kind of explain myself a bit, what happened and what's been going on. So if you want to listen, grab a cuppa. You'll have seen this mug in my latest Disneyland Paris haul, but today I kind of just wanted to do a different kind of video, and it'll kind of explain what's been going on with my life. And you know, these times have been difficult for everyone, but it's been especially difficult for me, and I just kind of wanted to do a video just to talk to you about that and what's been going on. So basically what happened is we lost our baby in April. Is basically what happened, and I just wanted to I've not really talked to anyone about it yet. It's still been quite raw, and you know, and it's just been hard to talk to, but I just thought, you know, why don't I talk to you guys, and maybe this will help someone else that is going through the same situation. Excuse me if I have to pause for a bit, because this is still a little bit hard to talk about, but I need to talk about it. So, you know, bear with me, and I hope this video will help someone in a similar situation to me. So yeah, so it's been a difficult few months. So I'll go back to the beginning. So this was before we were fully in lockdown. Coronavirus had been on the news a lot, you know, and there've been talks about what's going to happen, how it's progressing, and all that. And we just had my 30th birthday in November, just come back from Disney, so things got a bit busy, you know. Just come back from Disney, then I'd had my 30th birthday party, and then it was Christmas, Jack's birthday, New Year, and all that sort of thing. So things just got a bit hectic life-wise, so it kind of stopped me filming any videos or, you know, uploading the rest of the vlog series. So I apologise for that first off, but they are up now, they are live, go check them out. And then so in January came, New Year came, things were starting to settle down, boys were back in school after the Christmas holidays. They've been, and then February came again, normal school, things were happening, and then February half term, at the end of February half term, I got some amazing news. I found out I was pregnant, finally. Now, if I've not mentioned this before, I don't know if I have mentioned it in any of my videos before, but it took us 5 years to try for another baby. We'd conceived Jack quite quickly just before we were married, in 2010. Had him, no problems, and then we tried for Jake, and within a month I got pregnant with him, no problems. Within a month of coming off contraception and having my first cycle, and then I was pregnant with him, and the pregnancy was well, labour was well, you know, no problems with him. So he was They were both conceived quite quickly, and I had very good pregnancies with them. Now this time round, once Jake was 2, so Jake was born in 2014, so Jake was 2, so this was 2016, we decided to try for another baby. We were wanting to try for a girl because we'd had 2 boys. Of course, if it was another boy, it wouldn't matter as long as it was healthy, you know, all that, but we really wanted to try for a girl, so we decided to try, and we wanted small age gaps again, so we decided to try, but it wasn't, I'd come off contraception and it wasn't really happening for us. It was a few months, my periods were a bit irregular, and it just wasn't happening. So we went to the doctors, we had all tests done, couldn't find anything wrong, so that was agonising in itself, you know, like going through all these tests and being poked and prodded in places you don't want to be poked and prodded. So yeah, it was quite quite a long road, and it was like ovulation test after ovulation test. Then I'd either get my period or I'd have negative tests and my periods will come a week later or a few days later. It was just emotional torture. It was a hard, long road. I had a couple of faint positive pregnancy tests, and then I'd lost them just before 5 weeks, and the doctors put it down to chemical pregnancies where they don't quite make it through. It's been determined that at conception they're not going to be viable pregnancies. So I could deal with those, you know, because it was just like, so some women don't even know that they're pregnant because they get the period. It's like a normal period, but because I was obviously trying and obsessed with trying for a baby, then, you know, I got to know that. So anyway, long story short, you know, we just kept trying, and it was just emotional torture. And we got to a point last year where I was just like, I cannot physically actively try anymore. I said I just cannot. My mental health, it was playing on my mental health. It was consuming my life, you know, timings and stuff. It was just taking away the joy. So I said, we'll not actively try anymore, but we won't be stopping it, so we'll just see what happens. So we had a few months there where we just see what happens, and I got used to getting my period at the end of the month, and, you know, that would be that. Well, this time I'd had a period in January this year, 2020. Thought nothing of it, you know, did what we did, and then February came and I felt different. Like, I didn't have my usual PMS symptoms. I just felt different, and then I got this too much information warning here, but I got like this spotting, and it wasn't like a normal period, so I was like, what's going on there? Something different. So I just, you know, randomly just took a pregnancy test, and it was positive, and I just sat in the bathroom and I cried happy tears. I cried happy tears. I could not believe that finally it was happening. You know, I saw these two lines on the sticks. So obviously, of course, I did 3 more just to make sure I wasn't seeing things. And yeah, sure enough, there was 2 lines. Overjoyed. We were overjoyed. The boys were excited, you know, we were just so excited. And only close family and friends knew at this point, because I had to tell someone. I couldn't keep it secret from everyone, so only a select few people knew. I'd had a normal trimester where you're all tired. I didn't have much sickness, but I was really tired. I was really grumpy, like really you know, irritable. Like, things would irritate me so much. I was crying at the TV, adverts and, you know, all the usual pregnancy stuff. I couldn't stand the smell of coffee. I couldn't, you know, smells were just, yeah, I just couldn't walk past anything and I go, ugh, you know. So yeah, it was normal trimester, and as the weeks went on, you know, I was getting more and more excited, and I had no bleeding, nothing. So I was like, yes, this is finally happening, this is finally. So I was going down the shops in Boots, down the baby clothes aisles, going, oh my god, you know, this is gonna be so cute, we're gonna buy this for the baby. And you know, we were really planning, what the future was going to be. My due date was going to be October, 25th of October by my date. So I'd got my first midwife appointment through, I'd done all that, I'd gone to the hospital, all the usual stuff that you do, and we were so excited, and we were planning, and I was showing the boys on the pregnancy apps like Emma's diary and all that, like the growth of the baby each week and what they look like. And so we were all doing it as a family, we were getting excited. So I'd been spotting all the way through this pregnancy from about week 6, but there was no heavy bleeding. So time and time again I went to the doctors and I'm spotting. They checked that it wasn't an ectopic pregnancy, an ectopic pregnancy, and they just had to keep an eye on it. If there's no heavy bleeding, then it's fine. You know, no pain. If you get pain, go to the hospital. They obviously didn't want to send me to the hospital if they didn't have to, with the current climate, with, you know, not with the whole COVID-19 thing. So it was a bit different. I was prescribed aspirin, 5 milligrams folic acid, and all those, and the pregnant care vitamins. So I was doing everything I was told. I was put on bed rest because of the spotting, so I couldn't go out and do the school runs. This was before the schools closed, and I couldn't go out and do the school runs, so Andrew was doing the school runs, and I was told to just sit and bed rest and just keep an eye on the spotting. But it didn't change. So I thought everything was okay, and the doctor thought everything was okay. And yeah, so yeah, the weeks went by. I was getting more and more excited because we were hitting the 12-week mark, and I was like, I can tell everyone this is going to be amazing. I was planning my Facebook announcement, and you know, and how I was going to announce it to the world. And yeah, just the future looked bright for once. Through all this rubbish that was going on in the world, for us the future looked bright, and we were so happy, we were so excited. And yeah, so I went to the 12-week scan. Now with the guidelines, obviously, with what was going on, Andrew couldn't come with us, with me, so my friend took me in the car, because I couldn't use, because of what was going on. They told pregnant women to self-isolate and not go out, so my friend took me in the car. Thank you, Zoe, for that. While Andrew stayed at home with the kids because they couldn't come. So yeah, so I went to the scan, and she looked and she said, I'm really sorry. She said, I can't find a heartbeat. Yeah, she said, I'm really sorry, I can't find a heartbeat. And she said, it looks like the baby passed away at 9 weeks. 9 weeks. So I've been carrying this baby around for 3 weeks, and I didn't know anything was wrong. Yeah, when you hear those words, you kind of have an out-of-body experience. you're like, no, I just didn't hear what I thought I heard. No, that can't be right. She didn't say that. I didn't hear it right. And she's there writing in your maternity notes, and she goes, I'm going to refer you to the EPU, early pregnancy unit, and they're going to do some more investigations, and they'll take blood tests. They had to take blood tests to check my hormone levels and what was happening with them, to see if it was a viable pregnancy. So yeah, I went up to the EPU that day, and they did like all these investigations. They took blood tests, and then they said we'll ring you later before 5 o'clock today to tell you the results of your blood test. So I went home. I was absolutely heartbroken. Like my world had just collapsed around me. All the planning and all the excitement and all the future with another baby, the baby's first Christmas in December with a newborn, it just wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to happen. And all the way home I just kept thinking, I have to tell Andrew and Jack and Jake. They, you know, expect me to come home with a scan picture of the baby and say everything's fine, everything's good. But it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. So yeah, so I had to come home and tell them, and I had to relive what I just relived an hour ago at the hospital, and it was tough. I mean, I just couldn't believe it, you know. I was supposed to be coming home, and I was supposed to I was supposed to be coming home, and I was supposed to be telling everyone that it was fine, everything was fine. The boys was going to see the scan picture. And I was going to come onto Facebook, and I was going to upload my announcement that I've been planning for weeks, and you know, it was going to be fine. I was going to finally tell everyone that we'd done it, we'd got our baby, you know, after 5 long years, we'd done it. Well, it wasn't the announcement I really wanted to share. It wasn't the announcement I planned, and I had to share a different announcement. And I really didn't want to share that one. And I got so many messages, so many messages of people offering their sympathies, offering their thoughts, prayers, you know. And I'm so grateful to them all. I really am. You know, but that's just it, right? That is just it. This is where I've been struggling. Whereas in any normal circumstances, no pandemic, nothing, normal circumstances, this is probably one of the worst things that could happen to you. One of the worst things you could do. And in normal circumstances, you don't have to deal with those virtual hugs, those virtual, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of you, if there's anything I can do, let me know, I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. That just, it sounds silly in the situation, doesn't it? Like, I hope you're okay. I mean, how can you be okay in that situation? You're not okay. But it's all people can think to say, and you know, and they mean well and everything, but it does not help. You have to constantly go, I'm not okay, but I'm getting there. I'm putting on a brave face. and you constantly have to answer these virtual questions, and you know, and that's the most difficult thing, is that I couldn't have that physical contact with my family. They couldn't come over and comfort me. My mum and my stepdad were supposed to be coming the day after for a visit from up north. They couldn't come, it got cancelled. So I would have had my mum in that situation, and I couldn't have any physical contact. I couldn't have any hugs. I couldn't see people in the time that I really needed to see people. It wasn't allowed. I needed my friends, I needed my family. I needed that physical interaction, and I couldn't have it. And I was stuck with these virtual messages. These virtual messages, these virtual comments on Facebook, these FaceTime phone calls, these video calls, these phone calls where you could hear the person on the other side, but they were not there, and you needed them to be there, and they couldn't be there, and all you kept hearing was, I wish I could be there. If I could be there, I'd be there now, you know. And I'm like, but you're not. It's not your fault, but you're not. And I was expected to deal with this on my own in isolation, and I had two other little boys to take care of. I had to deal with this huge loss, huge thing, this huge emotional thing on my own. I had Andrew, of course I had Andrew, but he was going through the same thing as well, you know. It was his baby too, you know, you're having to explain to the boys why mummy's not pregnant anymore, why they're not going to have a baby brother or sister in October. I mean, how do you get through that, you know? Just, I mean, in normal circumstances it's difficult enough, but how do you get through that when you're in isolation, when you cannot see people, you cannot hug it? I mean, it's impossible, right? It's impossible to get through it. Somehow I have got through it, but I really don't know how I've got through it. It's been 4 weeks now. 4 weeks. No, 5 weeks. Last week was 4 weeks. And it and I just think 2 months ago I was on top of the world. I was on top of the world 2 months ago, looking forward to the future, and now I'm sat here now talking to you guys with no baby. Like, I'm back to square one. And then I had to, so I'm really sorry, it's still quite difficult to talk about, but I need to. Yeah, I had that blow of having to tell everyone, of having to tell Angie, but I hadn't miscarried yet. I'm sorry if this is really all over the place, because my thoughts are all over the place, but I need to get them out. So I'm really sorry if I keep jumping back and forth, but I need to get out what I'm thinking. Yeah, so I'd come home, and I had to wait for that phone call, and they said my hormone levels were 15, which they said were very low, So unfortunately it wasn't a viable pregnancy with the scan results with no heartbeat, and obviously now my hormone levels were at 15, so they were very low. But I had to go back to the hospital 48 hours to have another blood test to check to see what they were doing. So I did. I went on Saturday and I had to wait in an empty hospital near a COVID-19 ward with a face mask on. This is the reality of visiting hospital right now. Even when it's got nothing to do with COVID, you still have to have a face mask on. And I had to wait. It was a long wait. I had my blood test done, and then I had to come home again, and I had to wait for the phone call. And 4 o'clock that evening I got a phone call. I expected what they were going to say, and they said your hormone levels have now gone down to 5, so unfortunately you are going to miscarry. And he said, and I said, okay, so where do we go from there? And he said, you can wait until you miscarry naturally, or there's 2 other options, either medical or D&C, which is surgery. They said the kindest thing would be to let you miscarry natural, and once my hormone levels dropped to 0, I would most likely miscarry naturally. And I did. A week later, I did. I started with this huge pain. I went to the toilet and the tissue came out. I miscarried into the toilet, and I was bleeding all night. I was cramping all night. It felt like slightly milder than labour pains. I was in so much pain. Sorry, I was in so much pain, and the baby came out of the toilet, and that was it. That was the end of it. And then I just had to wait for my normal cycles to come back. But the worst part of that, while waiting to miscarry naturally, was I was still having pregnancy symptoms. And I had to remind myself I wasn't pregnant anymore, the baby wasn't alive. And while I still had the pregnancy hormone in my body, I was still feeling pregnant. You know, and that was the cruelest thing. And then once my hormone levels had dropped and I'd passed the baby, I was told to wait until my first cycle, and then we could try again if we were ready. They said the sooner we try again, the more chance we have of conceiving quickly, because you're more fertile in the weeks, months from a miscarriage. So we had a big decision to make. But at that point I couldn't think about that right now. And it's just, it's difficult. So yeah, we couldn't think about trying at that point. So yeah, we had all that to deal with, and it's difficult to deal with. He basically hung up the phone call, and then that was that. They cancelled all my appointments, and then I was just left to it. I heard there was no counselling offered. There was no aftercare offered. I don't know if that's a regular thing or if it's because of the whole COVID situation. I don't know, but I was basically said I could try again once I'd had my first cycle, and that was it. So yeah, well, I left to deal with it on my own, and I have had support from people, and they were messaging me every day, which I really appreciate. You know, of course you really appreciate that, but I needed that physical interaction, and I couldn't have it, and that's what I found most difficult. And I couldn't do anything for days. I just sat and I just cried, and I couldn't believe this was happening to me after all this time. We'd waited for this baby. We'd gone through hell on our trying to conceive journey, and it was finally happening, and then I just felt like it had been snatched away in an instant, you know, it just snatched away. And I'm thinking, and you go through it, why me, why is this happening to me, you know, what have I done? And I had the whole you know, did I do something wrong? Shouldn't I have done this? Shouldn't I have done that? You know, what if it was something I did? And I had all those feelings going on in my head, and like they said, they don't know what happened. There was no explanation for it. It just, these things happen. It was constantly, these things happen, you know, it happens. And, you know, people would say to me, you know, it happens, you know, at least you've got 2 boys. You know, they would say you can try again, you can, you know, things happen for a reason. But at this point, you don't want to hear that, you know, you just don't want to hear that. You don't know what you want to hear, to be fair, because no matter what people say to you, it's not going to make it go away. It's not going to make the hurt and the pain go away. And, you know, and they mean well and everything, but it's just not going to make it go away. And there's nothing you can do to make it go away. They always say time heals, and yes, the last 4 weeks, each day it's got a tiny bit easier if I distract myself, you know, if I distract myself and do things. I've got the boys to distract me. They're at home because they've been homeschooled at the minute because the schools are closed. So I've had the distractions, but it's the quiet moments that get me, you know. It's the quiet moments where you're alone with your thoughts and you think back, and it's so difficult to deal with. And like I said before, it's really the most difficult part is hello you. Go on, play.
Okay.
Sorry about that little interlude. The most difficult part is, you know, not being able to see anyone. If I could if I could have seen my friends, if I could have gone out for coffee, you know, or something like that, just to distract me, just have that human interaction, it might have been, I might have coped a little better. But the most difficult part has been locked up basically inside, not being able to go anywhere, but only been able to go out for walks slightly. You know, it's just been difficult. So like I say, in normal circumstances it's difficult to deal with, but having the lockdown and being in lockdown has made it even worse, and it's played on my mental health. And I don't think nobody should be ashamed of that. If you know, people are going through this experience right now, same as me, you know, don't be ashamed of saying you're not okay, because it's fine to not be okay. And you know, and it's so let's say it's okay to not be okay. And things are, you know, things are tough right now anyway, and I've had to learn that it's okay to not be okay, and I need to talk about it, but there's days where I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's just, okay, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, sorry, excuse me, I need to get my thoughts together. There's times where I want to talk about it, there's times I don't want to talk about it. People say talking helps, people say get counselling, you know, but I mean, there's no services available right now. The full counselling, you know, I've been offered nothing, so I've had to deal with it on my own. But the main thing I want to do is, I just want to be with my family. I want to hug them and things. So yeah, that's what we were left with. And we were left with this little munchkin as well. So this is the reason why I'm here now talking about this. This is one of the reasons, because I've had to stay strong. And you know, you never think you're going to go through it. You know, you take good pregnancies for granted. I know now that I took both the boys' pregnancies for granted, and you don't think it's going to happen to you, and you don't think anything can go wrong, but it can, and that's the devastating thing about it, you know. And now I'm absolutely terrified to be pregnant again. That's another feeling. I'm absolutely terrified to be pregnant again. I want to be pregnant again because we still want another baby, but I still have the worry about, when I do get pregnant again, is it going to happen again? Is something going to happen? And even if I do get past that 12-week mark, you know, something can still happen. You're never really safe, are you? You know, it's something can happen right up until the birth. So until the baby's born, it's just so. Yeah, so that's another thought I have in my mind going on. I've got lots of emotions going around my head. I mean, people don't understand really, do they? Unless they've been in that situation, unless it's happened to them, and you know, and statistically, you know, it's 1 in 4 women go through miscarriage and pregnancy loss and stillbirth and infant loss, you know, and I'm now that 1 in 4, and it's a place that I don't want to be. I don't want to be one, you know, that 1 in 4, but I am, and that's the reality of it. So yeah, so I was having a really difficult time again, I apologise if this is jumping, because I find this video quite difficult to do, and I've just got all these thoughts jumbled in my head, and I just need to get them out. So I'm really sorry if it doesn't flow, but I hope you're still with me and you're following. I just wanted to share my journey. So when we were left to deal with it on my own, I had all these thoughts, emotions going on in my head. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to be left alone, but I didn't want to be left alone. I cried myself to sleep. Andrew hugged me. You know, I cried myself to sleep many nights. Sometimes 4 weeks on, I still do it now. And I was just getting no closure because I didn't know what happened. Like, you know, I had no answers. So Andrew came up with the idea of naming the baby to try and give me some closure, so that I could say he existed, or he or she existed. You know, that was my baby. It was still there. I carried them from the moment they were conceived to the moment that we're lost, and you know, and they will be known, and they will be remembered. So we came up with an idea to actually name the baby, just so we could do some sort of memorial thing for him, and you know, just to acknowledge that they were there, they were a part of us, and they did exist. And it was a way to help me move on with it. So yeah, so we didn't know the gender of the baby, obviously, because it was too early. So we decided to come up with a unisex name. So we looked through baby names online. We had baby names already picked out, what we wanted to call them, so we didn't want to use any of those, because you know, we want to use that for any future babies. So we decided to come up with a unisex name, like I say. And I chose it by the meanings. So we went for Emery, Ariel. Something I picked Ariel because of Disney, because of my love of Disney, and Ariel, but it's actually pronounced Ariel. And Emery, it means Emery means brave and strong, and Ariel means Lion of God. So put together, Emery, Ariel, it means brave, strong Lion of God. So my little angel is little Emery Ariel Chamberlain. So that's the name we came up with. So once we come up with a name, we decided to name a star after them. I keep wanting to say he because I always felt it was another boy. So, but obviously I don't know that. So we always, if we talk about Emery, we always say he. But obviously I don't know if he was a he or if he was a she. But it just felt like, it just feels like a he. But no, that's, I'm mumbling. So yeah, we decided to get a star and name a star after him, so they would always be our little angel in the sky. And we also got a candle block for him, so that we could, again I keep saying him, I don't know why, but yeah, we also got a candle block, and we light a candle every day for Emery. so that's our little way of remembering Emery, and that he did exist. She was here, you know. And even though they're not in my arms, they'll always be my baby. So I will always have 4 children if I have a successful pregnancy next time. I will always have 4 children. I will have Jack and Jake, I will have the baby, and then I'll have little Emery as well. So that's what we decided we were going to do, and we did. Like I say, it's been 4 weeks now, and I'm getting there. But another feeling I also had was about 3 weeks after losing Emery. I decided I couldn't cry anymore. I couldn't sit and wallow and cry, and I had to do something other than crying. Okay, and we just discovered TikTok. I don't know if you know. It's a trend that's going around at the moment with everyone in lockdown. And yeah, I discovered TikTok. I joined TikTok, and I started making TikTok videos. You know, and it was funny. We were having a laugh, and then one evening I sat and I just felt so guilty because I was laughing and I was happy and we were having fun, and I was thinking to myself, I shouldn't be happy, I shouldn't be laughing, I shouldn't be having fun. I've lost my baby, I should be feeling sad. So I was feeling guilty for laughing, for being happy. And I was thinking, why am I feeling guilty? You know, I'm allowed to have these happy moments. If I need these happy moments to get through this time, but guilt was just horrible. You know, and then I felt sad because, you know, I thought, do you know what, I just don't know, there's so many emotions that go through your head, and you're happy one minute, you're sad the next, it's so difficult to describe. I guess what I'm trying to say, is that I've come to learn that these emotions are okay, they're fine. You know, anything you're feeling is fine. You deal with it in your own way. And I would say to anyone going through this right now, or who has been through this, you know, you deal with it in your own way. You know, what works for you, you have to do what's best for you. It doesn't matter what anybody says, you know, if it works for you, then do it. You are allowed to feel these emotions. You are allowed to feel happy, you are allowed to feel sad, you are allowed to feel anything you like, because, you know, it's an awful thing to happen, and I've had to learn that. And I'm still learning now. I'm better than I was 4 weeks ago, but I'm all back to normal, you know, and we've got the all clear and everything, but emotionally, no, I'm not quite there yet. It's difficult, and like I say, it's making it difficult being in lockdown and not being able to see people. And it's so, like I say, it's okay to not be okay. And I think this subject needs to be talked about more, because a lot of women are going through this. A lot of men, a lot of fathers are going through this. Everyone talks about the women that go through it, but no one ever talks about the fathers, you know, because they've lost a baby too. It may be more physically hard for the woman, but emotionally the father's just going through the same thing. So to any of you dads out there, you know, it's okay to feel sad, to feel angry, to, you know, whatever. You can feel that too, because you're going through all the emotions too, and it's hard when you're trying to be there for the woman too. You know, I mean, I've been through every emotion possible. I've been through anger. I was angry. I screamed at the sky and I said, why did you take my baby away from me? What have I done? You know, I suppose it's what they say, the stages of grief, don't they? I've been through every single one of them. But I don't think I'm at acceptance yet. I've not properly accepted it yet. In my head, I should still be pregnant. I should be nearly 18 weeks pregnant right now, and I'm sat here and I'm not, and that's difficult. Gosh, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It has been hard. It's still hard, and I don't think I'll ever get over it. I don't think I'll learn to live on with it, but I think this is going to stay with me for the rest of my life. I don't think I'll ever be fully over it. Like, it's difficult to see newborn babies, it's difficult to see pregnant women, it's difficult to talk about other people's pregnancies. It's even difficult to read anything about pregnancies or watch anything about pregnancies. It's just, yeah, it's changed me. I'm not the person I was, but I was umming and ahhing about doing this video for a while, and it's been difficult for me. It's been emotional, and I'm reliving it all, and it's been difficult. But I thought on this topic, it needs to be made, you know, awareness needs to be made of pregnancy loss, of baby loss, of miscarriage loss, miscarriage awareness, because it's still such a taboo subject, and it shouldn't be, because women should feel able to be able to talk openly about it. I've gone through the stage where I've not really wanted to talk about it in fear of upsetting anybody else, you know, but holding it in is not helping. You know, you need to raise awareness for this, because it happens all over the world to millions of people. And the statistics are 1 in 4. That is 1 in 4. And I'm now one of those statistics. So I wanted to do this video to kind of not only explain why I've been AWOL on my channel lately, but to kind of talk about my experience with miscarriage and baby loss, and kind of talk about how I'm choosing to get through it, and especially how it's been in this whole circumstance, you know, with the lockdown, with COVID, and just how it's been so tough. And I wanted to raise awareness and say that you're not alone. Whoever is watching this now, and if you're going through it, I am so sorry, and I want you to know that, you know, you're not alone. You are not alone, and there are people out there that have been through the same thing as you, and it's okay to feel the way you're feeling. It's okay to ask for help. if you need help, which is very difficult, I know, because I struggle asking for help, and I've thought about it, you know, and I think I can do it on my own, I can deal with it, but sometimes you need someone to talk to, you need help. So if you need help, you need to go and you need to get help and talk, you know, counselling, talk as much as you want, waffle on as much as I am, because you need to get all those thoughts that are in your head right now, you need to get them out. It helps, it's very therapeutic. Me sat here now talking to you about it, sharing my experience, sharing my thoughts that are in my head. I mean, they must be waffly and they must be all over the place and jumping back and forth, but it's helping me get out all my thoughts that I have in my head, just out and talking to you, and you know, just expressing myself. It's really helped, and you know, I'm upset now because just reliving it, you know, and going through the memories and reliving those emotions, and just it's hard to talk about, but you need to talk about it, because if you don't, it's just gonna eat away at you. And you know, and if this video can help at least one person that's going through miscarriage, baby loss, stillbirth, you know, whatever, then I'm happy that it has helped, you know, because people need to know that we are out here, we are going through this, and you're not alone in going through this. So as hard as it has been for me to kind of relive the experience of the past few months, past month especially, I'm glad I could talk and get it out. Even just therapy for me, you know, just being able to talk about it. I can't go to a counsellor at the moment, I can't have a face-to-face conversation with anybody at the minute, I can't even hug anybody at the minute, but being able to talk about it to you guys, it's helped that little bit. So I advise anybody, any way you can, to help, to get your emotions out, to get your thoughts out, do it. Do what you have to do for you. Take your time, be kind to yourself and look after yourself, and it's okay. There's no time limit to the grieving. There's no one way to grieve, and it doesn't matter what anybody says to you. It might not make you feel any better, and that's fine too, because I know people meant well and they were saying things, but at the time people were saying the wrong things, and I didn't want to hear any of it, because it wasn't making me feel any better. Yeah, so just know that if you are going through this, then it is okay. You are okay to not be okay. You're okay to ask for help, and you will get through it. You will, because I'm doing one day at a time. You will have your good days, you will have your bad days, and it will probably never go away. Probably never. It will probably be a part of my life, a part of your life for the rest of your life, you know, and it does change you. But one thing I've realised is you can't stop living your life. I have got to keep going. I've got to keep going for my other two. I've got a lot more plans to do, and after this awful situation is over with COVID, we're going to start living our life to the fullest. We're going to go places, we're going to see people, we're not going to take things for granted anymore. I know the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hug every single person that has been there for me through this whole entire thing. I'm forever grateful for all those that have been there for me. So a special thank you to everyone out there that are my friends, my family, even though you couldn't be with me in person. I appreciate all the phone calls, all the social media messages, all the private messages, you know, even late at night, first thing in the morning, you're checking that I'm still okay. So thank you, especially to you. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say now, you know, because it's quite emotional for me. But I want to raise awareness for this topic, because I don't think it should be a taboo topic. I also think that there should be more aftercare offered by the hospitals or the GPs or something, because in my experience I was told I was miscarrying, I was told the procedure I would go through with miscarriaging, but I was offered no aftercare, no counselling, nothing. I was left to deal with that on my own, and that's the hardest thing. So I think that, you know, there should be more aftercare. There are charities out there for miscarriage and baby loss, and I will list the links to their websites in the comments down below. There is Tommy's. Tommy's is a very good charity. I've joined their Facebook group and their Facebook page, and they've been a really big help. There are other charities out there. There is SANS, which is stillbirth and neonatal death charity. So if you had a stillbirth or a lost baby, then you can visit them and talk to them. There are many charities out there that you can talk to. But just make sure you talk about it. Make sure you talk about it, because I think talking is better than bottling it up. And even if you can't talk about it, but you need to get your thoughts out on paper. You know, or yeah, like get your thoughts out on paper. Write yourself a letter, you know. Write your thoughts down if you can't express them verbally. Just don't keep them bottled up, and share your experience if you want to. You know, share your experience. You know, and talk about it. Talk about your babies. Talk about your angels. And never let their memory die. You know, if your friends get sick of you talking about it or going on about it, then they're not really your friends, are they? They're not really your friends. You talk and you share as much as you possibly want to, because your babies did exist. Your angels did exist, but they were too beautiful for this earth. Too beautiful for this earth. God had other plans for them. But make sure you remember your babies and you tell people about them. Okay? Anyway, I think that's it, yeah. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here, because I'm starting to really struggle talking about it. Yeah, but please know that there is help out there if you need it. You are not the only one that is going through this. You're not alone. Don't feel alone. Reach out online. There is plenty of Facebook groups that deal with miscarriages and baby loss, and I've found that they've helped me a lot, you know, speaking with other women that have been going through the same thing as me and same experiences, and just how we've been getting through them. You know, just know that it's okay to not be okay, and you get through it how you need to get through it. You know, there's no one way to do it. There's no one way to grieve. There's no one way to do it. You cope how you need to cope, and you get through it how you need to get through it. It's okay to have feelings of anger. It's okay to have feelings of sadness. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be laughing through it, because we need those moments. So, you know, it's okay to be feeling what you need to be feeling, but just make sure that you reach out if you need help. If you need to talk about it, reach out to the charities I've mentioned. I will post, like I say, I'll post links down below in the description down below for you to go to. Reach out to your friends, reach out to your family if you need to talk about it, you know. And it's okay if you want to be on your own. It's okay to write your thoughts down, you know, whatever way you need to do it. Just do it. Just do it how you need to get through it. And please know, I am also here for anyone going through this that needs to talk about it. I am happy to talk about it, share my experience, and you know, anytime you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and DM me on there. We can have a chat. You can follow me on my Facebook page. We can have a chat, you know. So my lines of communication are open for anyone going through this that needs to talk about it. Please know that I am here. Or anybody, talk to anybody you think you need to talk to. Anyway, I know this has been a bit different to all my other videos, but I just kind of wanted to explain what had been going on with me, and I wanted to raise awareness and share my experience with you. Like I say, even if it helps just one person, it's good enough for me. So I apologise if this video has been a bit all over the place. I needed to get my thoughts out, but yeah, if you're still with me, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to my experience, and yeah, and more videos will be coming up shortly. I don't know what yet, but they will. Because there's not a lot you can do in lockdown right now. But you know, I will be uploading some more videos shortly. And yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you for watching, and please give me a thumbs up, a like, in other words, a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want notifications for what's coming up on my channel in the near future, click the bell button to get notifications for when I upload a video. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you're all staying safe and you're all going to be well, and just stay strong. We'll get through this all together, and we'll be with our loved ones very soon. So please take care, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.